Hey everyone, it's Michael Goosebumps fan. I hope you're doing well today. I have the final Give Yourself Goosebumps book review here for you guys, for myself. I think this has been a long time coming, closing in on 5 years basically. It's been a long time reading through these, having a blast with them, getting to just enjoy game books. I've never played these really when I was a kid. I had one Choose Your Own Adventure book that a cousin of mine gave me, and I always loved that. But I'd never known GYG even existed until I became older. But to really collect these a few years back, and to really get into them the way I did and really enjoy them, mostly always, pretty much. Not always, but mostly always. They were a great fun thing to read about and to enjoy. They're very adventurous, they can be scary, they're more comedic focused and silly focused a lot of the time. They don't have the most amazing monster picks and stuff. A lot of them I think could have benefited from having like the ultimate villain be like Slappy or the Haunted Mask or something. Could you imagine a GYG book focused on the Haunted Mask, for example? That could have been great. I really would have enjoyed that. Anyway, here we are reviewing the last one, and that is Give Yourself Goosebumps number 40, Zombie School, the one I saved all these years to be the final GYG book I read. And off the top of my head, what do I think about this one? I had a good time with it. It wasn't something I loved. It was good. It was fun. It was creative. I don't know about clever. I don't know if I would use the word clever with this, but it was creative, and it was well written for what it was. I had a good time with the story. There's not really an A story, B story with this. It's a little bit different. You don't see this type of GYG book very often. But before I get into the plot, again, this is a Choose Your Own Adventure book. You read the book, and it pretty much almost every single page, at the bottom of those pages, you will have an option to go one way in the story that you want to choose. And you read that. Eventually you can get one of many different endings. This one feels like it has way more than 20 endings. Probably closer to 25. I didn't count them, but it feels like it a lot of the time. Anyway, what is this book about? Well, you are going off to a boarding school, but a good boarding school, supposedly. Supposedly, until you get there. And then it ends up being kind of more than what you were asking for. It's called the Rainwash Boarding School, but it actually rhymes with brainwash for a reason. A lot of people are acting a little strange around here. One of your teachers brings out a particular kid with blue skin who acts very zombified. And that's kind of the thing that bothered me with this book. You see this kid here on the cover? You see this kid? This would, to me, represent with the cover here that I enjoy quite a bit. Love it. He's holding a tray of macaroni and cheese. Pretty cool. Never seen a zombie do that. I've seen the zombies run. I've seen zombies walk. Never seen a zombie hold a tray in a cafeteria of mac and cheese. That's pretty cool. This book is not a zombie book per se. You're not going to see kids eating other kids, or adults eating kids, or zombies in the basement of the school, like in a newer book that is attacking kids. You don't see anything like that. And that's kind of a shame. I was kind of expecting something kind of gross, something kind of weird. No, this is actually like you enjoying, not really enjoying, but experiencing a new boarding school that happens to have a name that rhymes with brainwash. The zombies in here are more of zombies because they get brainwashed, and you have the potential to become attacked and put in detention wing of the school, and also become one of these zombies, or spies, or whatever you want to call them. That's kind of lame. That's kind of a lame thing that I did not enjoy. Very early on in the story, you could also get a thing, it's basically a monocle, which if anybody doesn't happen to know what that is, if you're too young, if you don't know what a monocle is at all, for whatever reason, essentially if you know what the Monopoly Man is, he always had a little monocle, which is a little glass thing you put over your eye, and it's kind of like a magnifying glass, basically, or kind of like a glasses type of thing, but just one lens. In this book, they stole from They Live. Is it They Live? Yeah, it's They Live, right? The John Carpenter film that I love deeply. Which essentially, the idea in that movie is that this guy, which is Roddy Piper, who's an awesome wrestler from the 80s, he puts on glasses and he can see around him. And like if there's a picture that looks like a billboard advertisement for like a swimsuit model or something, it'll just change when he puts the glasses on. It'll be a black and white photo, and it just is a white background with the word obey written in black with a period at the end. They kind of do that here a little bit with the monocle, and I kind of enjoy that. You'll find secret messages and different things in your classrooms and in your dormitory type stuff. You can find secret messages all over the place. Maybe some other secrets are there. You never know. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. It was underutilized, though. Did anybody else notice that? I noticed it wasn't used as much as I thought it was going to be for this story. Now, the main focus of the story, of course, like I said earlier in the review, in case it didn't make any sense then, you typically have a choice at the very beginning of the book, and most of these GYG books that split off into two different paths that follow most of the book either way you go. With a lot of different options for about 50% of the book, a lot of other options for 50% of the book following a different storyline. This one really doesn't do that. Again, it's kind of different from a lot of GYG books. Every once in a while you'll get one kind of like this in this format. Into the Jaws of Doom, which is the first special edition done for GYG, is kind of like this, where you basically have just your main storyline is you trying to experience and get away from the particular setting and situation and captives that have you. And this one is pretty much focused on your day, routine, whatever, at school. You have to pick about, I think it's 4 classes out of a list of like 6 or 7 classes. And it'll tell you the room number. It'll be like science classes in room 111, right? And you'll turn to page 111 to experience that class, and you have a few choices. But a lot of these different classes are very short because of there's so many of them. There's like 6 or 7 in like a 135-page book. The book kind of has to rush you along through that, so you don't really get to experience the classes as much. Some of them are more fun, like gym, for example, where you have to. It's kind of like a rope climbing class thing, and that was pretty cool. I liked what was done around that. It reminded me of like the Ultimate Warrior, you know, or the American Ninja Warrior, I think is what I'm actually thinking of. Yeah. My brain is still fried. I'm feeling a lot better. My voice is doing better, but I'm still completely mentally just not there. Yesterday I wasn't either. There's not much more to say about Zombie School. It's kind of a lackluster read, but it's fun. It has its moments. It is creative, but not really clever, like I said. A lot of the endings in Goosebumps GYG books are trying to be clever, trying to get a pun in there to make you laugh about how you died. You can die a lot in here, just like you could in any of the other ones, but a lot of these endings are kind of, you're just doomed to do this or do that for all of eternity. That's a big old goofy ending option that's typically in these GYG books, and a lot of that is in here. It's a fine read. It has a lot of endings, like I said. That's a lot of options to kind of get through, to get to those. It's fine. I had a good time. I didn't love this one, as you can tell, but I did like it. I thought it was a good, decent, enjoyable read for the most part. I just don't have a whole lot to say about it. It was kind of disappointing to be the final GYG book. I was hoping for something really special. I hadn't checked out anybody's reviews, not Goosebumps Completionist, who I think also read this. If he has a review, you should go watch it. I'm sure it's really good. But I didn't check out anybody's opinions or reviews on this particular book. I wanted to go in, like always, knowing nothing about these books and really just see if I get surprised at all. I don't want to go in knowing really anything aside from the premise given to us by the title and cover. And with this one, I think I got something a little misleading. I really like the cover here. I wish it was more like this in a goofy, sillier way. It is a silly book. It is a goofy book. It has creative things in it to make it a little bit more playful and childish, and that's fine. But do I love it? No. Do I feel kind of ripped off? Yeah, a little bit. When you use the word zombie in school in the title, and a zombie kid on the cover, I kind of just expect more, you know? Anyway, I know there's kind of a book in the Hall of Horrors series, which I've never started that series. I kind of just wanted to wait off until later on. I had heard good things, so I'm kind of saving that for later on in the channel alongside like the triple header books. Eventually I'll get there. I'm very close to getting to those very soon in the next coming weeks. But for right now, this is the end of the GYG book reviews. This playlist is done, it's over with, and that's really all I have to tell you. Now that my voice is feeling a lot better today, thank God for Flonase and prednisone. Oh my lord, that is good stuff. I did not realize how well that would work for my congestion issues and all the issues I've been having with sore throats and whatever. I think my voice is good enough, and I think I have enough time before work that I can try to record, maybe not upload before work, but try to record the big GYG story ranking from worst to best. Not the covers yet. I'll do that tomorrow or in the coming week or so, whenever I get some time. but that will probably be what I do. But for right now, I might try to go ahead and do the worst to best Goosebumps, Give Yourself Goosebumps book ranking video, and I will get to that next. So hopefully in the next video today you check out, hopefully you'll be able to see that, and I hope that you will have some kind of enjoyment in it and really have a good time watching. Anyway, with all that being said, that is Give Yourself Goosebumps number 40, Zombie School. I didn't love it. I did like it. It's fine for what it is. It's enjoyable for what it is. It has kind of an enjoyment to it. If I read this before making it the final book of the GYG series for me to read and review, I feel like I would have picked something else to be the final book because that would have been more special, more enjoyable. This is just not great, if you will. Anyway, when it comes to this book, if I had to rate it on a 5-star basis, I would give Zombie School about a 3 out of 5 stars. Let me try that again. I've been giving out a lot of 3 out of 5 stars here lately, and this is no exception to that. A lot of books I've read recently have been kind of, I don't want to say mediocre, but they've been kind of okay, you know, above average, if you will. Above average is really the nice way to put it, because I do look on those very fondly, mostly when there are 3 out of 5 stars. This is no different. It's above average. Do I recommend it if you're the right person? In that Hall of Horror series I was going to bring up, by the way, there is kind of a Zombie School book in that series. I don't know if it's any good or not. I think Goosebumps Completionist read it and reviewed it. I don't know if Austin did. He might have as well on Monster Blood, his channel's name. But I do want to check out those here soon, or that particular book here soon. When I get to Hall of Horrors, I will talk about it. I guess it's not a correlation direct sequel thing to this. It's called, I think, Zombie School in the title. I don't remember. But anyway, that is my review for Zombie School. 3 out of 5 stars from me. What do you guys think about this book? Put your thoughts and comments down in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you have to say about Goosebumps, or Give Yourself Goosebumps, the GYG series in total. Mainly this book, Zombie School. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Put your thoughts and comments down below again. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you all, and I hope to see you in my ranking video immediately after this one. And I'm glad I could finally get to that after all these years. Anyway, thank you guys. God bless you. Goodbye.